Hey guys, it's Ken. How you doing? I'm standing right here on this location where this picture was taken. Check it out, right here. Thing about me, you know, I love two things. I love old buildings. I love old abandoned buildings. Just buildings in general. I love to think about all the stories that were shared, all the people who've met here, and just we're people being people, right? Connecting as people do. And this is an old service station built in 1925. I'm here in a little town called Salvia, Florida. It's titled a ghost town, but it's still a lot of stuff happening here, a lot of homes. Lucas Nursery is right down the road. Duda and Sons is right down the road. This was built in 1925 by a guy named Martin Stanko or Stanko. I'm probably saying the name incorrectly. I apologize. But I just love old buildings like this. Not necessarily, like I said, abandoned, just old structures. But I also said is another thing I love, and that is haunted locations. So before we leave this place, let's go over there. I'll show you guys another fun picture of this building from across the street. This is currently a bike trail, but back in the early 1920s, actually I'm not sure how long, it was a railroad track. That I don't know. But I do know that back in 1926, this was a railroad track. Now it's something called rails to trails, where they've converted all the old railroad tracks, at least I know here in Oviedo, from Salvia into Oviedo, the old railroad tracks are now converted into biking trails or hiking trails. But back in 1926, there was a depot that stood right there. So here's the railroad tracks. The depot would pull in right there, unload. I think it was more like here. I'll show you guys a picture, and you see what I mean. There's some grave markings for some of that family I talked about just a second ago over there at that awesome little service station. One of the fun things about that place, the outside of it, is that it remains pretty much the same as it did back then, including the writing across the top. I like the slab, concrete slab in the middle, where the gas pumps once stood, the visible gas pump. So just kind of fun to think about, reminisce. Not that I was there to reminisce, but think about all the people who hung out there and took pictures in front of that place. And I imagine back, I'm talking about back in the day, when there wasn't much convenience out here with regards to, like, you know, there's not a Wawa. There wasn't a Wawa hanging out in every street corner, or a 7-Eleven, or a Starbucks. So when you were driving here, you know, you had to stop there, and that's where you got all your goodies, right? You got gas, and you got something to eat. And I just like to think about old places like that. I'm sure like much of old Oviedo is going to be torn down and replaced with something new. But we're here to talk about one more location, and that's this building right behind me. Okay, from what I understand, St. Luke's, which is over there, okay, this was the original St. Luke's, founded in 1912 by Mr. Andrew Duda. I mentioned the Duda and Sons company, big sod producing company here in Oviedo. And I could be wrong on all these dates. I find things on the internets and I try and back them up and make sure I know what I'm talking about, and sometimes I get misled information. So if you're more knowledge than I am on any of this that I'm talking about, I'd love to hear your comment, and feel free to throw in some more knowledge, some information. But from what I understand, St. Luke's was founded in 1912 by Mr. Andrew Duda, and this used to be, from what I understand, a turpentine shed, and converted into a chapel, into a church. Later, of course, St. Luke's grew and grew and grew, and now it's a beautiful giant church over there. Not giant, but it's a great church. We love going to St. Luke's, so it's fun to be here to walk through some of the history of not just this location and the people. The people are out there, right? The founders, people who walked these streets before us. I like to think about people like that and pay respect. So I'm here mostly to pay respect and walk through, like I said, some history. And it's a neat part of doing this vlogging thing that I've been doing, is documenting things around me that make me happy and sharing them with you guys. So, but from what I understand, this is supposed to be a haunted location. I was told by a few sources that inside that door right there is some ghostly, paranormal, ghostly things happen. You should experience a slightness, a shortness of breath, as well as some things touching you. And then some people have even said they've gone home the night after visiting here and found scratches on their bodies. And the door is slightly ajar. Should we go in? Let's go check it out. Now, I have to admit, I've been doing my daily vlogging here for going on 3 years now. And every October I do this thing called 31 Days of October, or Halloween. All Halloween themed, October themed, fall themed vlogs. And I've come back to this location every year just to check it out, to see if the stories are true. Now, there is a shortness of breath, but I think it's because it's so gosh darn hot in here. I think that's why. So I'm going to kind of poke around. Here's a picture of the original. Now this says First Church Building and Congregation, 1922. Here's a wedding. Elizabeth Mickler and Tazinski. Tazinski is another famous name here in Oviedo. Tazinski Auto Parts, or Auto Shop, I believe. The original church. Check it out. We are right here. We just walked up those steps into this building. Looks like it's being used for storage right now. Here's some more pictures. Now this was a newer building in 1940, which it looks like right here. First wedding in the brick building, 1939. I wonder if this was the original altar. What do you think? It's heavy. Let's look out the front. So should he sit? Should he stay? Well, I wonder how old these are. Those are cool looking. Sit right here. I like this little one. Look at this little pew right here. One seater. So anyway, we'll wait a few seconds. It is a little warm in here. So like I said, if you know anything at all about anything I'm just talking about, or if you're a historian, likes this part of the town, part of the world, let me know. Leave some comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Across the street from us is Chapman Road. Speaking of Chapman Road, we will be coming to you from Chapman Road very shortly. Because one thing I like to do every year is return to that road near dusk, like I did with the Oviedo lights the other night, and look for something titled The Mist of Chapman Road. Now I'm noticing something. And I've never noticed this before, and this is a true story. I'm not making this up to be dramatic. And I'm going to go back and watch this video and see if it's coming through on the recorded side. But there's flashes. My camera is flickering, and it's never done that. I've recorded all of my videos. I'm close to 700 videos on this same camera phone. I've never seen that before. What do you guys think? Paranormal? Coincidence? Funny if I turn around and there's somebody sitting in that chair right there. That would be funny. Maybe now wouldn't be funny, would it? No. So anyway, I'm not going to sit here and try and debunk or confirm anything. because I'm sweating. But I love this old place. I think all the folks who walked in that door right here, they had fellowship together. Pretty cool. Oh, much nicer. Walking downstairs. All right, folks. Get the sun out of my eyes here. Thanks for watching my video tonight. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. See ya.